Hearing.
In our previous video, we have discussed about definition of concrete, components of concrete, functions of paste and aggregate in the concrete and etc. Today we discuss about hydration, heat of hydration, compounds in the cement and others. Paste. Paste is the mixture of cement and water, as I told you in our last video. If the cement mixes with water, the reaction starts at the time. That reaction is called hydration. Hydration means the reaction between water and cement. During the reaction time, the heat generates in the concrete and liberates from the concrete. The liberation of heat or the release of heat from the concrete during the reaction time is called heat of hydration. Because hydration is the exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means the reaction which releases heat during the reaction time. This hydration reaction or hydration is a very rapid and a very high for the first 7 days. Because of this, the concrete attains 75% of its compressive strength within these 7 days. Of course, it depends on the cement type and the curing time. Whatever it is, the concrete attains its compressive strength for the first 7 days. Because of the hydration is very rapid and very high. After 7 days, the reaction is not stopped. It continuing, but the rate decreases up to lifetime of the concrete. Therefore, there is one secret here. The secret behind is the concrete attaining its compressive strength because of this hydration reaction. What is the reason or what the cause for happening the reaction in between water and cement? Here there are 4 compounds in the cement which plays the major role for starting this reaction at the time of mix. These compounds are the 2 calcium silicate, tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate, and tetracalcium aluminoferrate. These 4 compounds also takes 90% of overall weights of the cement. From these 4 compounds, the 2 calcium silicate plays the major role. Even if from these 2 calcium silicate, tricalcium silicates plays the major role for this reaction. When The two calcium silicates react with water, form the new compound, which are calcium hydroxide and calcium silicate hydrate. Calcium silicate hydrate determines the engineering properties of the concrete. The engineering property of the concrete highly dependent on this new compound called calcium silicate hydrate. This hardening property of concrete, setting property of concrete, strengthening property of concrete, and other engineering property of concrete depends on this calcium hydrate silicate. Therefore, it is the heart of the concrete. Let me revise once. Hydration is the mixture, the reaction, not the mixture, the reaction between water and cement. The liberation of heat or the release of heat during the hydration reaction is called heat of hydration. Concrete attains its 75% of its compressive strength for the first 7 days because of the hydration is very high and rapid for the first 7 days. The two major compounds, tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate, play the major role for this hydration reaction, and by itself it takes 70% of overall weight of the cement. Tricalcium silicate and dicalcium silicate react with water to give calcium hydroxide and calcium silicate hydrate. Calcium silicate hydrate determines the engineering property of the concrete, which are strengthening property, setting property, hardening property, and extra. Thanks for watching this channel. Please share, subscribe, and like the channel. This is Ashu Engineering.